Hey, I'm TG, and in this video I'm going to be going over the Pursuit Force Vixens RTA Speedrun category. In this category, it's all about beating all 6 of the Vixen missions in whichever order you like. Timing starts when you select the first mission from this menu, and it ends when you lose control of your player when you finish the last mission of your choice. So that's either when the HUD disappears and it fades to black, or when it switches to a cutscene of Whiplash or Fox getting defeated, whatever. In this video, I'm going to be defeating the levels in order 1 through 6. Normally, you would start on Girl's Best Friend, since it's the mission furthest to the right that isn't the boss. Then you would defeat, furthest to the right saves on menuing, you see. And then complete missions 1 through 4 in any order you wish, usually in the order which scares you the most, and then finishing on the boss, since when you defeat the boss there is a cutscene that you need to skip through, and you cannot, the amount of time that it takes in order to get to that point where you can skip the cutscene is longer than it takes to press right 5 times in order to get to the level. So, yeah, for the sake of the marathon, I'm just going to be beating the levels in order here. Now, this is a very difficult category, but it's also such a fun category. All of these levels, the objectives rely on you completing them. So you either have to capture or defeat somebody, but there are no escort quests, there are no chopping on sections, and there are no on-foot sections. So it's all about how good you are at the core gameplay of Pursuit Force. That being said, like I said, it is a brutal category. These levels are incredibly difficult, and even more so difficult in order to get those speed strategies that you need in order to get a record. The record for this category is a 16:30 something, so it's lightning fast compared to the other gang RTAs. So I'm going to do my best to explain all the tricks and strategies used in this run, but pardon me if this game goes so fast that I might miss a thing or two. I'll try my best. Without further ado, let's start the run in 3, 2, 1, now. Alright, so Daylight Archaeology is a mission in 2 parts. There's a vehicle section, and then we're going to be switching over to a boat section. And there's a cool trick in the interim there. But for now, the name of the game is just going as fast as possible, and that involves meter managing in the bottom right. As you see a meter there, that is our justice meter. It does nothing until it's filled up, but once it is filled up, we do more damage with our weapons, and we can slow-mo jump from car to car and eliminate the people in there before we even land on the hood. So here, I'm just jumping from car to car. When I do take over a vehicle, I steal their weapons. So as you can see here, I'm using an upgraded pistol. Once you run out of ammo for that, you go back to your regular pistol. Yeah. Just simply take control of all these. And here's the example of the Justice Jump. As you can see there, I was able to clear this entire car before the Justice Jump ended. Which is awesome, because I want, yeah, I want to go as fast as possible. I want to end on this sports car here because it's much faster than the SUV. I say much, but the point is we want the fastest possible option. And in order to go fast in this car, you basically don't want to turn ever. Holding down a direction to turn does actually slow you down, and hitting a wall in this game doesn't slow you down. Or at least it only slows you down for a small amount of time, and then you'll speed right back up to maximum speed. So I'm looking like I'm terrible at this game, but trust me, this is the fastest way to do it. Alright, so in order to jump on a vehicle, you need to meet 2 conditions. Okay, that wasn't the best super jump ever. But in order to jump onto a vehicle, you need to satisfy 2 conditions. You need to be facing the same direction as the vehicle you want to jump to, and you need to be matching their speed. So funnily enough, grinding around that turn before going beside this river is exactly the same direction where the boats are heading. And if you slam on the brakes, you can match their speed for just a slight second, and you can jump from way further away than you think you could. So you can save a bunch of time there. The rest of this mission is all about using justice cancels here. As you see here, I press triangle to burn my meter for health. So whenever you deal damage during a justice jump, your meter is subtracted once you land, based on how much damage you do. So since we're losing meter anyways, we can press triangle to get our HP back. And I'm actually going to press triangle before I kill the driver of the boat, since in this game, If you kill the boat driver before you take control of the car, they have a habit of careening into a wall, so leaving them alive and then finishing them off when you're on the car is just a safety strat to make sure you don't go absolutely careening into a wall and waste a lot of time. Pursuit Force is the kind of game where losing any sort of speed is very bad. You can lose anywhere from 5 to 15 seconds trying to catch up to the group of people you're trying to meet up with. And we might run into troubles here on a test of Mettle if things don't go perfect. So Test of Mettle is basically going to be the second part of Daylight Archaeology, the mission we just did. We're going to be using a lot of Justice Jump cancels, and all we need to do is worry about the boats with the orange arrows above them. The other boats do not matter for the mission. So I'm going to be doing my best to ignore them. They're a figment of my imagination, except for when they block me like this. That's a bit yikes. Okay. Perfect. You don't want to accidentally jump onto a boat you don't want to. So far, this isn't the best test of Mettle ever. Normally, I like to take care of this boat before even getting out of the cave, but I was being blocked pretty bad there. I love the ceramic because it just melts people. So here's another example. So I'm going to press triangle right before I eliminate the driver there and then clean up there, and that's going to prevent losing speed. So hopefully I was able to catch up to that first group in that S-bend here. We might not be able... Yep, there's the chopper. We want to be able to beat this mission before the chopper even becomes an issue here. Because if we get too close and the chopper gets introduced, a voice line comes up. There, right there. And if there's a voice line being played... Oh, I didn't do enough damage. Dang it. If there's a voice line being played and the level wants to end, it will not fade out to black until the voice line has finished completing. That wasn't the best test of Mettle, but they could have gone a lot worse. Alright, the next level is the mid-boss of the Vixens, the Fox. Now, this level is a bit of an auto-scroller. We're going to be driving a truck, and hopefully to bait out the Vixens. The truck is just a trap. Normally, the Vixens want to climb on your truck and shoot you in the face once they waddle up the roof of it. But... if you hang to the left side of the road, they will not jump to you. And I don't know why. So as I said earlier, you want to be tap turning and running into walls, and that applies twofold for this truck. If you are to hold down a direction for too long in a heavy vehicle, such as this truck, or the bus from Velocity, you lose a ton of speed. So what you want to be doing is hanging on the left side of the road here to prevent the Vixens from jumping on you. So all you have to do is just mash R, and you want to be tapping the left and right buttons to turn because you don't want to lose too much speed. So yeah, that's all this first part of the mission entails. We have a couple of Vixens to get rid of. We do need meter. So, yeah, because these Vixens are slowly shredderating our health. There we go. So we will need to burn meter for health back. But I'm going to see about doing as much damage before having to do that. Okay. That'll have to do. So this should be the last Vixen car we have to worry about. And there we go, now the Fox is out. So the Fox is a two-parter boss. So the first part is we have to chase her on vehicle here. And the second part is that she's going to jump from her vehicle to a helicopter. You cannot damage her past 25% health. So, at least in this section. So what we want to do is put the pedal to the metal so we can start the second phase as fast as possible. So I do want to keep meter, so I'm only going to deal enough damage so that it doesn't drain my meter all the way. So once I take over the car again, I get meter back. So yeah, you want to keep that pedal the metal down because you can't damage her past 25%. The second phase will start when we get off this trail and rejoin the highway again, as it were. This is some interesting driving. So as you see here, I cannot damage her any more than I have right now, and that's perfect because we're right at the highway. So a cutscene is about to play of her jumping into a chopper, so I want to time this jump so that it starts right... Okay, so I was a bit early there. There's no real cue for when that starts, so you just have to use your gut. You can use the numbers in the top left there, the distance left. Alright, so we do need to jump onto that other Vixen car here in order to get the weapons, but oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, good, that still counted. So I ran into that civilian, so that... Oh, this is not good. Alright, so this was a bit slow. Okay, that could have gone better. But essentially you want to run into the civilian so you lose meter, so you don't do a slow-mo jump. Quickly take over the car, get meter back, and then open fire. And you could do that in the span where she's throwing grenades and you can't damage her. I'm bad at the video game and I wasn't able to do that, so that wasn't the cleanest Fox fight, but again, could have gone a lot worse. I could have wasted too much time and had to do it in 3 cycles instead of 2. So here's Babes, Boats, and Bullets, and the question for this level is, can we beat the bump? We have to take care of 3 transport trailers, and there's a break in the road further up in the level, and the road careens away from the river and then meets back up to it, and we want to capture the boats, capture these trucks, and then jump on the boats before that bump. So we want a perfect truck jump. That was excellent. So if you watched my Commentated Warlords run, same strategy here as in Velocity, where you want to jump as far forward on the truck as possible so you don't have to slowly walk up as the thing here. I'm going to hit this civilian so I lose a little bit of meter, because I want meter when I... oh, jeez, what is this? That's not good. Okay, there's the motorcycle. So yeah, if I did not hit that civilian, I'd have meter jump into the bicycle, and I'd do a slow-mo jump. So having meter, and I don't want to do a slow-mo jump because, you know, I'm not wanting to shoot her off the bike before I get it, and being in slow-mo is bad. So this is already not a great Babes, Boats, and Bullets. It's, the direction I swung the truck in was not super great, and that lost me a bit of time, but we should still beat the bump here. So, yes, now we can jump to the boats here, match the speed of the boat. Don't want to kill the driver again, like I mentioned on Daylight Archaeology and Test of Mettle. We want to keep the driver alive so we don't go careening into walls. So again, all that matters is capturing these highlighted boats. The other boats do not matter.
Faster than a cheating boyfriend.
There you go, just get this last one. This level is really laggy on PSP hardware as well. Oh, I almost got the quick switch. So because this upgraded pistol you get about halfway through the game is a 6-round burst, you can actually switch targets during the burst and have the remaining bullets deal damage to whoever you switch targets to. So I call it quick switching, where you can defeat 2 enemies in 5 bursts, where it normally would take 3. Alright, girl's best friend. So normally you do this level first because, oh baby, this is a doozy. It's a very simple level on the surface. You just need to capture the transports, but there's a staircase which I will be avoiding because I want to do the marathon safe strat for this level that loves to throw you in random directions. And the super speed strat for this level is very all in. So if you want to check that out, view my world record video. So we just passed by an alley. That's the alleyway I was talking about there. We're just going to avoid it to prevent anything from spinning out. And there we go. So by taking that alley, we'd actually be a group ahead. Normally take care of this group that I'm on second. And there we go. Alright, I do need that car right there. Perfect. So we're going to do a Justice Cancel here to get my health back, since the Vixens on this level do insane damage. So you need to be really good at mashing your fire button, shooting as fast as possible to avoid getting killed off. Alright, so I'm actually going to go around here. I do want that sports car rather than the SUV. Oh, I went way too slow. Uh-oh. That's going to cost me some time. Since this sports car waistbands to the SUV, so if I were to get the SUV first, the sports car would just, you know, sit there and not really do a whole lot. And that's not what we want. Ooh, this is pretty laggy. Alright, jump on this car. We might run into a bit of problems here. That dodge wasn't to avoid damage, that was to avoid getting thrown off. And here we go. So for some reason, once we get to this corner, it didn't super happen. But sometimes when we get to that corner, this front group just stands still and doesn't do anything. If I were a bit better at this game, we would have seen it in action there. I didn't Justice Cancel in time, and I don't have a lot of health, so this is going to be really scary. Really scary. Oh my goodness. Horror movie territory here. I'm going to wait until I have meter so I can finish this off safely. But this level is crazy. There's a lot of damage. It's very easy to just die when you're not expecting it. The speed strategy is super all-in and risky, so I was playing it safe there. And there you go. That probably lost me about 25 to 30 seconds on the world record strat. And speaking about risky and all-in, here's Whiplash. This is a very difficult boss to do quickly. Heck, even casually. So, this is pretty much a mirror fight of the Fox. Phase 1 is we have to defeat her on car, and then we can only damage her up to a certain point, and then she's going to jump to a super helicopter. So because we want to race to Phase 2, just like the Fox, we are just going to put the pedal to the metal down, and whatever damage we do is whatever damage we do. Because normally, without fail, you'll be able to do enough damage to Whiplash in order to get her down to the amount where she needs to jump to her helicopter. So you damage the car from underneath her, and as it's set on fire, she's slowly losing damage over time. And, yeah, even off this first car, you can take down half the health needed in order to get to Phase 2. So Whiplash can be hurt down to, I want to say, around 45%, or about around half health. If there's another car, she definitely wants to jump to it, but since we defeated her at a weird time, there was no car for her to jump to. Oh my goodness, and the lag on this mission is ridiculous. Alright, so here's a bit of a marathon safe strat. I'm going to jump to this car, even though you don't really need to. This just refreshes my health bar while still keeping meter. Now you do need to destroy a specific number of Vixen vehicles before a certain point. If you run ahead of Whiplash here, she will just boomerang back up to you to try and pass you. So again, keep that pedal to the metal down. We want, she needs to jump to one more car here. Where is it? Yeah, she needs to jump to at least one more car. I'm on fire. I'm going to jump to this one. Okay, here we go. So this phase is starting. So I want to jump on a Vixen car coming up here. Where is it? Okay, I guess it's not here, so I guess we'll just use this. Oh, I lost meter. That is not good. Okay, so we're probably not going to two-cycle this fight, which is mighty unfortunate. But like I said, it is a very difficult strategy, so I'm not going to lose too much sleep over not being able to. So I'm going to stay on this car here, because if you're on an enemy car, you will not take damage from Whiplash's rockets here. So yeah, just open fire. So if I dealt enough damage in the first phase, she'd be dead by now, but I'm playing it really safe because if you die on this mission, you'll have to restart it from the very beginning. So that's obviously not good. Alright, there we go. Save time so I don't get hit by the rockets. And that's time. 17:41. Not a bad time. We're a minute and a bit off of world record, but again, this is a brutally difficult category, and we weren't doing the fastest strategies for Girl's Best Friend, and we didn't get 2-cycle Whiplash. But, there it is. Vixens RTA for Pursuit Force. A very difficult category indeed to do fast, but it's very lightning quick, and there's all 6 of the missions are really good. There's like tech in every one of them. And of course, when you beat Whiplash, you get this cutscene to celebrate you taking down the second last gang in the game. Excellent. Alright, thank you very much for watching this commentated speedrun video for Vixens RTA. I've been TG. You can find me speedrunning this game, at least for now, over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/HeyI'mTG. My current, as of recording right now, I'm trying to get sub 19 warlords. I'm also going to be doing career mode runs for a better sub 2 time. If you want more information about Pursuit Force, you can find more, and the Pursuit Force speedrunning Discord. You can find links to that on the speedrun.com page for Pursuit Force. Just head over to speedrun.com and search up Pursuit Force, and you should find the page there. Hopefully this has convinced you to try running this very difficult category, although I would recommend doing easier categories before jumping right into this, such as Warlords or Convicts. Again, thank you very much for watching, and have an excellent day.